Good morning, everybody. Today is September the 9th, Wednesday morning. My name is Gwen. I'm doing this video for the PA Arts Council for Culture Days coming up. And I was asked if I could do a short video. I'm assuming that everything, or most everything, is going to be online this year because of the restrictions with the COVID pandemic. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with and what everybody in our community contributes for Culture Days this year. So it's certainly been an interesting year with many changes, and it's interesting to see how we're getting through it. How I'm getting through it is I keep myself very busy sewing, quilting, stitching, mostly hand stitching, and sewing bags. I have an Etsy shop, Cold Chicks Bags by Gwen. I sell project bags. I sell them locally as well on my Facebook group. This is a bag that I designed myself. There is no pattern for this bag other than the chicken scratch in my notebook. But it's a project bag with a peekaboo front and room in the main pocket for your project. I make a lot of these bags, and they're actually quite popular on my Etsy store. And this one I've designed myself. Another one I designed myself is the thread storage bag, and this is not ordinary thread. This is a special wool thread for doing applique, hand stitching. And you could put normal thread in there, but this is where I keep my wool thread. It also fits Valdani floss as well for embroidery and hand stitching. These bags are sold out of my Etsy store, so I have to get busy and make some more. They're quite popular. What else am I doing? I've been making masks, face masks, to the tune of about 200 of them. And I'm done with that now. I think a lot of my past customers and friends and family are stocked up on masks now. So I think I've made about 200 of these in the last 2 months. And I need to put that project aside for a while so I can get back to my hand stitching and my quilting and keep up with my Etsy shop. So my projects that I've been working on this summer, I'll just move these out of the road, this summer have been some quilting, and this is just one of the quilts. It's I think it's about 36 by 36. It's going to be either a wall hanging or a tablecloth, most likely a tablecloth. But I finished the top this summer, and I took it to our local woman, Doris Shand, who does long arm quilting here in the PA. She does an awesome job. I do not even quilt any of my quilts anymore. I just take them to Doris. So I'm just about finished this. I got it back from Doris a while ago. I've got my binding ready to sew on. And then I'll hand stitch that binding on, and then that project will be done. The other project I've been working on, I've been working on this one probably too much because it's taken up a lot of my time too. It's the Sampler Company by Brenda Keys. It's a cross stitch pattern, and I've literally been working on this night and day. Been getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning working on this. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's quite a big sampler, and I've got quite a bit done, but not quite halfway there yet. So it's been taking up a lot of my time. I've been literally getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning working on this, and I work on it in the evening too while we're watching TV after supper. I actually stayed up till 12:30 one night working on this, which for me is late because usually by 9 o'clock I'm ready for bed. So that's what I've been keeping busy with. I decided what I was going to do for a tutorial on this video was to show you how to make a mask, since everybody has been making their own masks and stuff right now. Just about every place is asking you to wear them, and whether it helps or not, I don't know, but myself personally, I feel better wearing the mask for my own well-being, and I don't mind. If I have to go out somewhere, I've been using a mask, and I think a lot of others are doing the same thing. So if you can bear with me for a minute, I'll just move this camera down and I'll show you how to make this mask. Hopefully it'll hold up there. That looks good. You're going to need 2 pieces of fabric for this mask. You're going to need, for an adult size, you need 9 inches by 6 inches. So cut 2 pieces of fabric, 9 inches by 6 inches for adult. For child size, you're going to need 5 inches by 7.5 inches. You're also going to need, for both size masks, 2 pieces of elastic 7 inches long. So what I'm going to do is go to the machine here. I start in the middle because you're going to need to leave an opening for this mask. So you put your 2 pieces of fabric together, right sides facing. Put your one end of your elastic in the corner, and I just hold it down with my finger. And I'm going to start sewing a quarter of an inch seam. I'm going to go right down to the end, right over top of the elastic to about a quarter of an inch. And then I'm going to turn. I'm going to take this other side of the elastic, hold it down into the corner, put the other fabric on. I also make sure, just finger feel, and make sure that this elastic is sitting flat. And then sew right down this side, right down the end, right over top of the elastic, turn, take the other piece of elastic, put it in the corner, hold it with your finger, and we're going to sew all the way up the side. Quarter-inch seam works good, right over that elastic. Turn it again, take the other end of that elastic, hold it into the corner, check with your finger, make sure that it's laying flat so it's not twisted. Sew down to that end, right over the elastic. These are so simple and they're so quick to make. And then I'm going to sew down to there, and I'm going to leave about 1.5 to 2 inch opening so that you can turn this mask right side out. So you're going to turn it right side out. Just going to get it here. If you just hold on to those elastics and give them a tug, then it will flatten out. So it's going to look like this. once you've done that, once you've turned it inside out or turned it right side out, take it to your ironing board and iron it really flat. I've got another one ironed here already and ready to go. Then you're going to go back to your sewing machine and just check to make sure that this little opening is ironed so that it's going to lay flat. I'm just going to cut this little thread off here so that it's going to lay flat so that you're going to be able to sew over it. So I like to do my first round of stitching, and you're going to do two rows of stitching. So I do my first row at about 1/8 of an inch in, just so that you make sure that you catch that opening so that it gets sewed shut. When you get to the end, you're going to leave your needle down, turn, leave your foot up, just with your finger push in, not even quite 1/2 inch, but maybe just below 1/2 inch to make a pleat. So into that pleat about halfway, and then I lift my foot and I do a second pleat. Just push it in with your finger, fold it up to make a pleat. So into that second pleat, and then push and make a third pleat. You don't have to be perfect with measurements on these pleats. It really won't matter. And then again, so down this side, 1/8 of an inch, all the way along. And we're going to turn and hold your foot up again. Now when you do your pleats on this side, you're going to want to make sure that your pleats are all folded the right way, the same way as the other side. And just sew into that pleat and push, finger fold again, a second pleat, sew into that second pleat, and then fold into a third pleat. And sew over that third pleat right to the end. Then you're gonna do a 1/2 inch second stitch line, about a 1/2 inch in. You don't have to be perfect with that either. So all the way around, right over your pleats. And again down this side, and we're going all the way around the mask with that second row of stitching. And right over those pleats. And that's it. You're done. You can clip off the little bits of thread if there's any there. And that's it. There's your mask. Excuse me, and I'll move this camera up again so you can see me. So that's it. Your mask is finished. And that was quick, easy, simple, and anybody can do it if you have a sewing machine and some material. I find that I don't put wire in because I find it doesn't wash very well. These will wash really well. You can just throw them in your laundry, in the wash machine, in the dryer. I fold them up, put them in bags, small bags, and I keep them in my purse. I keep them in my car. So when we do go somewhere, I've always got a fresh, clean mask. So the other thing I use is I use a small strip of double-sided tape to tape it to your nose rather than the wire. Then you can take the tape off and just throw it into the wash machine and launder it. I find that the tape helps. It feels more comfortable than wire, and it helps so that your glasses don't fog up, and I'm not readjusting my mask every 5 minutes to hold it up over my nose. So hopefully that helps people who are wanting to make their own masks for their families and friends. And I hope everybody enjoys the last of our season for fall. And I hope everybody's winter goes well and we all stay safe. And I hope everybody enjoys Culture Days. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.